Hello, everyone. How are you? Hello, hello, hello. We got a question. Some of these questions I get are kind of time sensitive, so I just go ahead and do a video about it. Here's a video about this because I was asked this question. But I will never be able to do a Q&A if I keep doing this. So if it's time sensitive or if it's somewhat of a health concern, maybe like there's something like if I find out about a recall of a product that has something that's hazardous, and maybe there was glass and baby food of all things, cans and little jars of baby. If I saw that and I heard that and you didn't hear that, I might make a short video. Don't forget to subscribe. But if I keep doing that, I'll never get a Q&A. I'll never get enough questions for a Q&A. I think my questions on Q&A right now are 2, and it's been at 2. It's been hovering at 2. I haven't written down on a paper. One of these papers is all about what should I record and my to-do list. You know, I had to make balls for the dog. So sometimes you get so involved with YouTube, you forget everything else. A lot of times what happens on YouTube, there'll be a problem with the system, and they say, oh, it's not that big of a deal. It only happened from 11 o'clock your time, David, to 2 o'clock in the morning. Well, I'm not going to stay up till after 2 to fix it because I don't do this 24 hours a day. I know people that sleep about 6 hours a day, and the rest of the time, you know, they might run to grab a sandwich and come back, but they're on their channel basically, you know, with the exception of the 6 hours, they are on that channel like 18 hours a day. I don't do that. I check in the morning. If I want to film a video, I'll have it on my list. Like I said, I film videos Sunday. Well, I might film it and archive it and hold it and then publish it. But the days currently, so if you want to subscribe, you won't have to do this math. We have a treasure hunt, and you want those clues, and you want to be the first one to get the clue. Subscribe, because other people are going to be watching and say, hey, wait a minute, I'm going to go out there. That's a good clue. And then go out there and look, and you're not going to find the treasure hunt capsule, and you're not going to get a mystery box, and they are. So it behooves you to subscribe. You know, it doesn't cost a penny. My channel, has anyone given me money? Yes, but not for the channel. They give me money just to be nice, so I go out and get a coffee. Very, very nice. I told them not necessary, and I tell you once again, not necessary. We're going to start doing the metal detecting at the parks. If we need a tool, maybe I'll put some on there. But my friend needed a tool when he was doing this, and he put out a thing, I think on, was it Craigslist back then? And he needed 1, and he ended up getting 15. So I think what you do is you should pull the video when one arrives. Hey, I got it. Pull the video. But by the time, if it's coming through the mail, by the time he did it, he's pretty popular. He was a former, he's a retired, I think, federal marshal. So and he worked in forensics. So of course he's a little bit better at metal detecting than I am. I might go boop boop boop, boop right past something, and he find, oh good, I found an ink pen with the thing out, and a kid could get hurt on it. So, but anyway, back to what I'm saying. This video has been asked to me a couple times, basically on a general scale, a general scale, every day is awesome, like on the Lego movie, the song. But it is about regular life as usual. I get regular life. Well, it's just a random Tuesday. It's just, you know, that's like every Tuesday or any day that ends with Y. I've been asked many, many times, how do I hydrate? That was great, but that was a prop cup. It was not full. I just threw. But anyway, they asked me, how do I hydrate? Now I have a videos. I'll put it in this one. How do I drink? What do I drink? Subscribe. You'll get that one. I'll put it down here in the comment section. Okay, I know comments on this one is down below. There's your video, and then, so down below. So if you have a question about hydration, about eating, about is it okay to eat half of the container of ice cream, or should I just have one scoop? You can answer those kind of questions. If a lot of people ask me really stupid things, and they try to troll me, or they troll others that have written on my channel. I'm at the point now where I used to warn people, hey, please don't troll my channel. This is not Facebook. This is not, you know, the old Yahoo groups back in the day. This is not some open forum for you to weigh in on that kind of thing. If you want to say, Susan, you said you eat, you know, regular white bread, doesn't that spike your, that's fine. That's a constructive question. That's a legitimate question. But if you're saying, Susan, you sure are fat, I see that you have sweat stains under your arms, I bet you smell really bad. Now that's actually something that, her name's not Susan, but someone did get that troll, and they trolled that to her in her own. They weren't brave enough to troll it on my channel because they know we would attack them and we would keyboard destroy them. They're going to keyboard coward, and we're going to keyboard hunt them, and we're going to keyboard post their stuff out. If someone is writing horrible things to you about, you know, that your children should be, what do they say, unalived? You can say dead. I don't know why they don't say. I guess they lose their sponsors. I don't have any sponsors. But if someone says, "Oh, I hope oh, my child's really sick. I think they have COVID. Well, I hope your child dies." So that's the kind of trolling. They're gone immediately. But if you're trolling, I'm just going to go ahead and pull you. So if you're trolling here on the channel, definitely get pulled. If you're trolling people in private, behind the scenes, and no one knows your basement trolling, I'm going to take you out. But this right here is about hydration. Hydration. What do? I'll put it in there, talking about that. Please let me know what you do. What do you do? What are your tricks for hydration? They say that if you have an elderly relative, you might want to make some Jello cubes, not with alcohol, not those kind, and put a lot of extra water in there and give it to them. They can, and they taste sweet, and they'll actually take that and they'll get some of that water. Well, that's great for a 98-year-old woman who sits around and watches reruns of Matlock, and there's a new Matlock. I might be on it. Shh, don't tell anyone. But she has her feet up in the recliner, and she can eat those Jello things and watch television. That's fine, because that's what she does. She's inside, she's in the air conditioning, or maybe with fans if it's not too hot. And that's a great way to hydrate or add water. But what do you do? So this is about emergency, severe heat, surviving severe. I'll put it like surviving severe heat, dehydrating during severe heat. We get severe heat. Now, if I go outside and it's 90, I'm like, whoo, it's hot, But if it's 112, which it's been 110. If it's in the triple digits, 90 not being the cutoff, it could be, you could get dehydrated, overheated, having a heat episode, a heat stroke, a heat stress, whatever. You could have that at 80 degrees, 70 degrees. If you're out walking and you're not used to it, did you hydrate enough? When do you exercise? So all that comes into play. But this, I'll try not to veer off. This is if you're going to exercise, when you're going to exercise, whatever. Yeah, I have videos back there. Do I exercise in the heat of the day? No. Mornings, nights. Now I can't even exercise. I'm like the old lady eating cubes of Jello. But yeah, extreme heat. So if it's a regular heat, if I see it's going to be 90 degrees today, I look at the weather tonight, it'll be 90 degrees. What would I do? That cup that I just tossed, I'd probably drink a couple of those before I leave for wherever I'm doing. I'm going to be out. If I'm going to be walking the trail, of course, that's a little different. I'll drink more than that blue bottle. I'd probably drink a couple of those before I leave. Not bottle, because if you drink too much at once, you're going to just pee it out. But I would just gradually hydrate myself. If I know I'm going to go for a walk, let's say at 10 in the morning, pre-heat of the day. They say heat of the day is usually about noon to 5. So I'm going at 10 in the morning. Usually I go earlier, but let's say I'm going at 10. It's around 8 o'clock in the morning. I just start hydrating, drink a few glasses of water. Then I'd bring that big blue bottle with me, and then I'd go. But if it's extreme heat, I wouldn't do it, first of all. But if I had to be out there, if you have to be on the extreme heat, what if you have a job? What if you deliver the mail? What if you're an Amazon driver? What if you're a dog walker and you have to actually walk? I don't know what dog walkers do when it's like that. I guess you'd have to try to tell people, hey, I know I usually pick up Fluffy at 3. I'll be picking Fluffy up at 7 because I'm going out for the heat. I guess that's what they do. But if you watch old westerns, and I'm drinking coffee right now, does coffee hydrate? Yes, it does. It gives me a little bit of hydration. There's water in there. But I can't remember which one. If it's Bonanza or is it Gunsmoke, and they take the bad guys take the good guys' water and shoot them with their canteen and shoot them with holes in them, or pour them out. Whatever. I always see that if I'm in the desert and I'm a bad guy, when I just steal their water so I can drink it myself versus pouring out in the middle of the desert, because there might be an emergency, I can put that around the horn of the saddle. So you got your reins, and this is called the horn, that little piece that comes up, so you don't slide off the horse forward. I guess I don't know why they have a horn, or you can also pick up the saddle by that to move around. But if there's a horn, you can put an extra canteen across your horn, and then you can all have one. But that's for dramatic effect. They throw them out there and they go bang, 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 bang. Well, it's bang, 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 because that's a single action revolver, not a double action revolver, which I can cover. If you want to know about guns, go back that way. If you want to ask me a question about the difference between a single action and a double action firearm, I will let you know. But they do that. I think that's for dramatic effect. And they'll say this. They'll go, they write off in the people with their thing, and they'll say something like, well, those lawmen, they can live off of whiskey, but their horses can't. Or like a man can drink whiskey. And okay, so yeah, that's all for dramatic effect. But if you're out in extreme heat, let's say you have to go to the desert for something, maybe you're doing, and you're out here in California, and it just pops up at 112, and you remember, oh man, I forgot I have to go to this event, and it's an outdoor event. Well, even if it's an outdoor event, walking around, you might pass out because it's so hot. What can you do about your hydration? They're asking about that, and they said a lot of the times they just drink a lot of water, and that's what I do too. But you may want to speak to your doctor if you have if there's a personal trainer type thing that has good knowledge, or maybe if you want to go to a major sporting goods store or a small sporting goods store where they have expertise in backpacking and survival. And I'm not talking about, you know, bearing guns and when we were about to have Y2K. Don't go get a bunch of cans of applesauce and a pistol and bury it in your backyard. I'm not talking about that kind. But surviving this, you may need to add some electrolytes. Now, they have electrolyte little powders you can put in regular water. That will not spike, because a lot of times we have to do things in our world of exercise and this. But if you're diabetic, a lot of times what will happen is, like, if you get low blood sugar, now you got to take a whole bunch of sugar, and you're going to get high blood sugar. So you never want to go low. You don't want to go high. You'll be just right there. A little bit low, a little bit high, back, you know, like this is fine on that line. But not this. No, if the line's here and you're here or here, that's no good. So that you want to increase electrolytes. Now, I think there's a sugar-free, I'm not sure what it's sweetened with, a Pedialyte for children that has electrolytes in it. There's Gatorades. Don't really necessarily endorse companies. What's Gatorades, Powerades? You know what's out there. But they do have little powder packs, and you can also increase your. Sometimes you said you can increase your sodium. Some people just have little salt tablets, and that way their body will hold that water better, I guess. You don't want to take a whole bunch of salt. You want to, I guess, I think it's like 2 tablets. I've taken it before when I was in the desert. You take 2 tablets, I think it was like every 6 hours, and then you drink water from your canteens or your big gallon glug, if you have a vehicle with you. If you're walking around, you're probably not carrying gallons of those. But, you know, there's times where I'd carry 4 canteens. I have a gallon of water on my belt, 2 here, then I have my pistol and my rifle, and I gotta carry that gear. It's hot. So I've actually carried 4 canteens of water, and that was a lot. And then we'd have gallons of water elsewhere. But I also get them little emergency water, little packs, and I would always bring this with me because, oh, you're crazy. We'll never run out of water. I'm sure everybody in the desert going, water. So would love to open one of those. Water. So yeah, I do carry the little pack sometimes. Sometimes they're expensive. They could be like $3 for 1 pack, and I think that's like, you know, how big is it? It's that big. You know, it's equivalent of, I think, 4 ounces of water. But at $3, I'm sure if I'm out in the middle of the hot desert and I'm trying to hide in the shade of that a rock is giving, and then trying to walk a little at night, try to find whatever, I'd be happy to have that little water. But if you need to take it from just water, which you may do, talk to your doctor. It's something you can actually look up, I'm sure. What do I need to do to hydrate during extreme heat? I'm sure it's on there. I have not looked. This is from my own general knowledge. That's why I try to base these on. A lot of times people say, well, I looked on the internet and said this. Oh, good, thank you. Because I did not look at the internet. Someone just asked me, what do I think about this? And then I covered that. I didn't necessarily cover it with what the Harvard medical team says to do, or the CDC, or I don't cover it that way. I just cover what I know, what I do. So for me, salt tablets, I guess I could take this if I had to go somewhere a long distance, but I'm not really in the condition at 62 years old, overweight, diabetic, where I should really probably be going out into the middle of the desert, looking for, I don't know, quartz or some kind of a mineral or something, gold. I don't want to be out there when it might get or I get in a little gully and the rain comes down and drowns me, or walk or get eaten by a mountain lion or something. A lot of things that can happen. I was bit by a rattlesnake. So people just like hop. Oh, I'm gonna wear my tennis shoes and I'm gonna get on and get some walk. I'm gonna bring a little water bottle like you get, like they give you when you go to if you order a hamburger combo and you don't get the drink and get the little water, and it's 16 ounces of water, or 8 ounces, or 12 ounces. I'll take that with me. I'll be fine. No, you're not gonna be fine. So Pedialyte, electrolytes, anything with electrolytes in it, I think that's why they created Gatorade for the Florida Gators. They said, don't drink that stuff. That's for the Florida Gators that out in the extreme heat. Well, yeah, that's right. You don't want to drink it as your main drink. If they say, I'm going to have some I'm gonna have some Rice Krispies with milk, and I'm gonna have a glass of orange juice. No, no, I'm gonna have this instead. Or I'm gonna have a glass of water to take my milk. No, 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 I'm gonna take this instead. So if you can be out in extreme heat, you probably should not be, first of all. And if you are, this is from me to you. I'm telling you, like I said, I'm not telling you to talk to your doctor about hydration during extreme heat times. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Ask me questions. Tell me your thoughts. How do you hydrate on a daily basis? How do you hydrate on a extreme heat if you have to be out? The problem with the extreme heat thing is if we drink too much water too fast, we might have to urinate and we'll get rid of that water. Some people say save that urine because you may want to drink it later. That's a little too hardcore for me. I don't really want to be in a situation where I would be having to do that. So I would probably talk to my doctor, say, I'm going to be out. I'm doing a pet rescue event. You know, not like a wiggle waggle walk where we walk around the Rose Bowl. They wouldn't have that during the heat of the day, but I could be out. I'll probably have a little easy up over my head, and it's going to be, they say they might get to be 115 and they're not going to cancel it. I have a little electric fan, a little battery operated fan, but that just moves around the hot air. I'll burn an ice chest with some water in there and some things to dip and put them ahead. Maybe I'll have one of those little fans. But what should I do about hydration? All that stuff to keep me cool, that's great. I like to be cool. But a lot of times it has to also do with the inside of the body. We always try to cool down the outside of our body, but we got to remember, even though I'm just standing there or sitting there in a chair answering questions to people as they walk by or showing puppies, oh, look at this little doggy, look at this kitty, meow, 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 and I'm showing them animals when they'll adopt those animals, I could actually have a heat stroke, have some kind of a heat episode, and I don't want to do that. So what should I do on the inside? And that's what you need to ask your doctor. You ask your doctor. I say you must ask your doctor. Take care, everyone. Have a great day. Stay cool. Stay hydrated. And today it's not too hot out here in California. I think it's going to get to be 90. Oh, right now it's 92. Let me see. Yeah, it's 92 and sunny right now, they're saying. I'm checking my computer. Yeah, you can sign up. Usually if you have any kind of a news thing hooked to your computer, it'll automatically, right now it's 95, so it's 95 degrees. That's hot. Do they consider extreme heat? I don't think so, because they didn't hit triple digits. But what's the difference between 95 and people say, well, it's 95 but it feels like 103, or let's say with the wind index. Yeah, so right now we're at 95 degrees and we are in a heat advisory. So I guess that'd be considered semi-extreme heat at 95 degrees. So yeah, so today is 95. Now what's tomorrow? Tomorrow it's going to be 96, 92, 8, and then by Saturday it's starting to cool down about 87, 85. So I think we're out of the heat index there. Yeah, we are. So it must be based on 90 degrees or higher maybe, because at 92 we are in the heat index, and at 87 we're not. So that must be what it is. So does it cool down tonight? The low tonight, okay, right now we're at 95. So if I had to walk, if I had to go out and get some exercise, I would probably go out at about 11. 11 is to drop down to about 77 degrees. So I would wait till 11, because you can't go exercise 11. Of course I can. I can walk around my complex. If you have a gym, if you go to the gym. But even if I was going to be indoors, I don't really want to exercise even indoors if it's that hot, because I'm going to have to go out back to the car and go home. So anyway, heat index, or the heat index is the extreme heat advisory. I guess I don't call it heat index anymore. I think it hits at 90 degrees. So today is the second hottest day of the week. And then we're getting down, by the 30th, we're down to 86, which is probably pretty normal summer. And then back in the 80s the next week. And that's as far as it goes. I think it's a 10-day forecast. But if it rains, a lot of times that's a good time to get out there and walk. If you have an umbrella, just go for a walk. You can do. I'm not telling you to do that. I could go for a walk, or go and do some mall walking to the mall, exercise and plays at home. Take care, everyone. Be careful. Be careful. Take care.